Everything is alright, so you need to come on board. Such is life, and you will understand everything will be okay. Let me remind you, today is Green Ghana Day. You must go ahead and support your society, community. An example is Anglican Green. The producer of the show says to say hello. The directors of the show says to say hello. The presenter of the show, Pepsival, says to say hello. Wherever you're watching, you must get involved with us this morning. We're gonna talk about very interesting issues. Would you like to get involved? Everybody, it's a Friday. Mo wati shinejo ubiaran sorry me so and the seminacho nedue. Everybody, you must shake your body to the rhythm of the song. Celebrate, celebrate. Oh, Pepsival, how do you feel about the day?
I feel so good, right?
It's a Friday. What about the cameraman and everybody on board the show? You better shake it to the rhythm of the song. Celebrate a lovely day. Alright, alright, alright. What's more? Come on, everybody, let's celebrate.
Alright. Wonderful. The greatest of all time. Ken.
Hi.
How you doing?
Cool and well.
Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Let me read the first comment alone that has come in my WhatsApp.
When I posted you. This one is coming from a very good friend. His name is Money. He's a fellowships at St. Andrew Anglican Church. And he says that a teacher and a senior mentor, he is good. Wow. This is somebody who had experienced you. And then when he came earlier, I was backstage hearing the things you have done so far, and it is remarkable. I bless how far you've come in the space of music. You're telling me about the forestry commission.
So I was part of the team that composed the song, wrote the song, and then did a bit of the jingles around it.
All right. So can we go into it?
So well, I can just do the piano.
All right.
I can just do a bit.
Okay.
Green Ghana Day, Green Ghana Day. Now, on the 9th of June, just like today, it is Green Ghana Day. Green Ghana Day.
Wonderful. Fantastic. Personally, I have a different way I sense what music should be.
That's right.
Yes, I know people who tell me that they perceive music through instrument, through beat, among other things. Though it is part of the formation of music. Yeah. Sometimes I feel that in music, people begin to tell stories of you, situations you've been with, and then things you've come into contact with.
That's right.
And then it expresses you.
That's right.
I was watching an event, and then Adele was to be introduced on stage.
Yeah.
And what the presenter was like, upstage is the person who is able to tell your love story as if she is there.
That's right.
In her songs.
That's right.
So that is how I am able to relate to music.
That's right.
But when it comes to music therapy, what is it?
Music therapy, it's a clinical concept that allows music to be used as a tool or a device for healing, or for soothing, or for encouraging, or for establishing a fact of certainty, a fact of harmony. You know, like in music itself.
You have a good voice. Let me comment on that.
I'm grateful. And so it has those basics. Now it allows the human component to accept its environment within certain movements and styles. So that's my understanding of music therapy. Yeah.
I was reading somewhere that's right after the First and Second World War.
Yeah.
The veterans that were hospitalized.
That's right.
Musicians were sent to various hospitals across the world.
That's right.
To sing
That's
for them.
right.
So the medical practitioners were of the view that in moving forward, they inculcate the therapy of music into treatment.
That's right.
Among other things, but that was in the 20th century.
Yeah.
Is it sane to say that music therapy is music medicine?
Let me shift away from the question. In Europe and other developed countries, even in parts of Ghana, it is still used as a therapy.
Okay.
Now, the need for it, as you have asked, you asked a question. Can you come back to it?
So the question I'm asking
Yeah.
that can we say that music therapy
Yeah.
is same as music medicine?
It is close to musical medicine. You see, musical medicine is what you administer.
Okay.
You know, so clinical, it is medicinal. It is medicinal. The only thing is that you cannot see it in quantum. You cannot see it physically, but it plays on the psychology of the human being. It plays on the psychology of society. You know, music can be used. In fact, it's a therapeutic tool that cuts across all the dimensions of musical expectation. For example, if you are talking about advertising, if you are talking about communication, a lot of institutions, if they are formulating their communication programs, they always inculcate an aspect of music that tells the language. So let's say, for example, in Ghana, you have a multi-dimensional, multiple benefits that music therapy has brought to us indirectly. Anytime there's a political tension and somebody comes up with a song, the song is followed. Now, that song is followed and it mellows down, one way or the other, it mellows down the political pressure. You see the point. So if there's a political contention or there's chaos in society, music comes in to sort it out. But there are some people who have peculiar problems. They have peculiar health problems, especially people who have high pressures and all that. After they have been they've been prognosed or diagnosed, the next step, maybe preferably in suggestion, should be give them a therapy. Let's see whether music could play on their minds a little bit. For example, Pepsival, you know already. There are some songs that in school days freaked you out. So there are moments that when you're driving or you're moving in town, and you can hear those songs, say, oh wow, Charlie, this song tells me about, so it throws you back. It gives you a nostalgic feeling. At the same time, it holds you into a certain reverence of your worth. So music in itself, it's a really multifunctional medical tool that can be applied either in harmony, in sound, or in rhythms, whatever, to allow the human being to survive and thrive.
Biblically,
that's for me. It's
very profound. Biblically, we saw how King Saul found himself in a moment of depression, if I should use modern day terms. And David was able to play the harp or the lyre by then to calm him down. This is a classical situation of depression at one breath. At what point can we see that what is happening to this person, it is high time we expose that person to some level of music therapy?
That would come in suggestion with whoever you're consulting with, because you may be consulting with a counselor who has no idea about medicine. You may be consulting with a medical practitioner who has no idea about counseling. So you need a combination of the two. I believe that most of our institutions, like the medical centers and medical houses, have counselors who allow people the opportunity to enjoy those facilities. Interestingly, in Ghana, we don't have it. In fact, that does not even, a lot of musicians they play at the weekends, they play at parties, etc., but they still add other extra jobs that there could be a sort of a setup, you know, where you could just walk into a hall and then there's music that calms you down, and then there are people sitting to make observations about your response. You know, your body movements, and you know, in biology you will say that your stimulus response and all that. But for me, I think that we should inculcate that even in the corporate world.
True.
You know, some of the banks have choirs and all that sing and everything, but there could be an extension. There could be, let's say, theme songs for organizations. In Ghana and in Africa, this is not practiced. I mean, there's the need for organizations and corporate organizations to create songs around their core values. You know, if you create songs around your core values, for example, it's therapeutic. You know, it helps your institution to psych itself to the objectives of the organization.
Okay.
Are we doing that? No, it's out. I mean, a lot of people are not internalizing, you know, the benefits of music therapy as a tool to encourage labor, to promote business, and to bring in a lot of, you know, growth in industrial or scientific how do you call it, escapades. So when your mind is calm, you want to do a lot of research, you want to figure out, it relaxes you.
No,
So
you know, it is very riveting to indicate how music can increase labor.
Oh yeah.
You know that when you go to our fishy folks communities and then they are pulling the canoe to deck, they use music.
That's right.
And then they be pulling up here and there. That should tell you the redemnity they even employ.
That's right.
To push up energy.
That's right.
Strength.
Yes.
Unison and togetherness to bring it to deck. It's very very profound. Now I want to just put you on the spot on something. You're talking about corporate institutions and then core values. So let's just bring Adwa TV into it, and then we say bringing good things to life.
Yeah, that's right.
So you just do something small for Adwa TV. Bringing good things to life, and then let's see how it's going to run up.
Maybe let me put it this way.
Okay.
Adwa TV, that's my choice. Would you like to get involved with me? That's my choice. Would you like to tell me some? The morning show is interesting, with everything that you would hear wherever you're walking. You can listen loudly. We talk about businesses, interaction with it. Would you like to advertise? We're here for you. Would you like to develop a concept for your business? We will talk to you. Adwa TV. Sorry, I'm not sorry. Who are you? Adwa TV.
Oh, Resma. Look, but you are phenomenal, Papa. Anyway, now let me put the music therapy aside for one breath, and now let me speak into your person.
Amen.
What do you do?
I am an all-round entertainer that believes that private, corporate, societal, whatever it is that you're organizing and developing, you need a little bit of music to spice up the occasion. And you must adopt a thematic approach in doing that. So for me, I'm just basically an entertainer who considers the details of what I have to do in line with whoever I'm working for.
Okay, by way of your dealing, I hope you get exposed to human beings in challenges, in different forms.
Yes.
Would you say that music has been able to provide an immediate respite to people you've come into contact with?
It has. Right from the time of President Kufuor, Rawlings, Atta Mills, John Mahama, Nana Akufo-Addo, all the presidents. Even if I meet them wherever, I just sing about them, you know, say a few things to encourage them, throw their minds back on something that is, you see, because a lot of these leaders go through a lot. They hear a lot of criticisms, you know, because everything that goes wrong is about them, and everything that goes right goes in the court of the opposition to challenge, you know, that kind of thing. So you realize that their accounts will say, "Enye better, sir." So in as much as they have a very, very responsible positions, and we are arguing with them every time and stuff like, sometimes when you see them, you need to acknowledge them also. They are human, just like we are. You know, so sometimes with a bit of a tune or something, it reminds them, it brings them back. Oh wow, oh how is it? They walk to you, they have a chat with. Ordinarily, they chat. Yeah, they like it too. It heals them. It really heals them. You know, so that's basically my thing. Or you see a priest who's just finished saying mass or saying a service or whatever, and maybe you have a get together and you see the priest walking, they say, "Hey, this part of your sermon was quite interesting." So you factor it into a song, and that's it.
Wow.
You know, you see Pepsival, you sing about Pepsival, you say, how practical are you? How interesting is the show? How is it going on? And it encourages, you know.
Definitely. Before we finish the show, you're going to hear the Pepsival song. He's done. Anyway, I'm being told about your experience at Terminal 3, where there were delays in flight, with a lot of people worried and agitated.
That's right.
And then you did some magic for them. Tell me about the experience.
Oh no, it was just interactive. I adopted an interactive strategy. I felt that the airlines, people were waiting for their luggage. Usually the luggage would come around the carousels for you to pick up and everything, and they will be standing and they'll be tense. Some of the kids will be crying and all lots of parents are going up and down. So you play in a song, more like, hey, the kids are moving around. So there are times that I even would sing kid songs that I played in the nursery.
Wow.
Bam 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 balika. Then the kids will turn their eyes, and when they hear the tune, they are like, wow. So that they will start crawling towards your and so that when they come, I allow them to touch the keyboard. I will not restrict the child to, because it encourages them to, and the parents are like, wow, this is happening in Ghana. So many things went on. There were times that people would have to wait for an hour or two.
True, yes.
And then you need to take contact with either, and they are quite a crowd. But by the time you realize they've even forgotten that they have delayed, some of them start dancing and stuff like that whilst they wait.
Wow.
And so it has helped in that relational aspect at the time when I was hanging in there.
They say you're a teacher too.
I thought for some time,
You taught music?
No, I didn't teach music. I'm a marketing person. I did marketing in IPS. I did theater arts in Legon. I did economic development for my masters and stuff like that. But the thing is this, that I did an aspect of music though in Legon. But my father is a musician. My father taught music in St. Mary's as a music teacher. We had a grand piano at home, so I would play the piano.
Which St. Mary's?
St. Mary's, Coligono.
Okay.
At the time.
Mary School.
Yeah. So I did all that because in school though, even in pre-sec, I mean, I did fine art. Till sixth form and at the time. So I have actually.
So this is innate. It's natural.
There's an innate thing because it was at home. All of us would play. My brothers would play. Everybody would play. I picked it up as a career because as a marketing person, what do you need? You need something to add up to sell your products. Companies need it. Individuals need their parties to be played. A bride and groom is walking in, and you need to sing about the bride and groom whilst they walk in. So stuff like that. So we play at weddings, parties, corporate functions, everything. People are.
You play on my wedding day.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you play on my wedding day.
Thank you.
I want when I'm coming, and then in fact that's when I find the person.
Here comes Pepsival. Moving your bride. How beautiful the day would be.
I'm blushing.
Moving in every day.
I'm blushing.
Oh, all the time. So remember.
And when the time comes, obviously you come and continue that one. Yeah.
That's right. One time.
Your impact with some corporate institutions, because you have the corporate background, and then you've seen the sense, and then the need in the modulation in communication that music comes with, and then how it can make businesses thrive. Because in advertisement, one of the modes we look at is music in advertisement.
That's right.
Very, very, very instrumental. Have you been able to work with some corporate institutions, and then have they been able to reach out back to you by way of feedback, the transformation that they've experienced by way of the music you've done?
Yeah, the recent one is the AII, the international conference for the auditors, internal auditors.
Yes.
When it was organized, that was about 3 weeks ago. I was there. I played from the beginning, opening it, talking about auditing, investigating into details, and finding out how best doing these comparative things. I'm not an auditor, but if you hear the word audit, it's a form of investigation or a research into cross-checking and stuff like that. So I would do that. So it helped the conference to beef up, because people are settling in the conference, and you take the theme of the conference and you work with the theme. So what needs to, if it's about sustainability, you go around issues of sustainability. If it's about development, you go around issues with development, but all musical. And then if there are various countries that are represented, you know that you're dealing with various cultures. And in this conference, for example, you had people from South Africa, Namibia, Ghana, Nigeria. A lot of other countries were all merged in international internationally. Some of the countries from Europe, America were also in there. So you needed to blend the idea into their various. So you need a sort of a wider or a wider scope, a scope that allows you to accept the fusions of all these. You have a feel of it, and then you factor it into. It could be. I think I call it a corporate musical therapy because it settles them. They've traveled, they've come to lodge, and they want to work. Yeah.
I look at your creative abilities. How spontaneously you can pick themes and then do music with it. Is it everyday thing? Because if this is what you're able to even do spontaneously, I'm looking at how maybe you have carefully sat down to put out a piece, how it will turn out to be. Is it all the time spontaneous, or it comes in? How did you have this creativity?
It's just as it comes. It's just as if I sit with you and I say, Pepsival, how do you do? How do you feel? See the lights in the studio, brightening the day for Friday. So that's a conversation. Now, so you throw the conversation on the notes and then you play them, let it sound. You see the point. So for me, it's an everyday thing. It's spontaneous. It can start anytime. Just when I'm having a conversation with someone, I think musical. Just as because the rhythms must merge. Otherwise, we will not have harmony.
True.
So if I don't agree with you, or find a way to agree with you, because sometimes you necessarily don't have to like the person, you necessarily don't have to agree with the person, but you need a sort of a mid level, I mean a midway. That's harmony.
Okay. We would look at that. Just come the director of the channel. His name is Reginald and Sergey.
Oh, Reginald, welcome to the show. It's a lovely Friday. Good morning, enjoy the day. Good morning, oh, Reginald. Enjoy your Friday. Have a lovely day.
Yes, He's a music person too.
That's right.
For him, he collects money with music.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anytime he wants to collect money from people, you sing.
That's right.
He can sing the whole day for money.
Wow.
Anytime you see money right now, you sing.
That's right.
He does what we do.
That's a beneficial aspect of it.
And then the moment he starts singing, you empty your purse.
One time.
That one day you do it. Wherever you are, you put your money there. Yeah, he can do that. He too is, in fact, he's a musical therapist in terms of fundraising. If you give him, let him see Akufo-Addo right now, you sing for him.
One time.
So where the money is there.
That's cool.
He does well. It's an international fundraiser with music. Anyway, fantastic work that you are doing in there, and I look at impact of music from your relations, from things you've done, and how you've come into contact with audience. What do you think, as at now, every audience should open to, so far as music is concerned? How impactful is music to humanity?
It depends on what you're looking for. It depends on what you're looking for. For me to understand how I would relate with my music, I looked at some strong personalities in music in Ghana. A lot. And even from the hip life artists that we have now, some of the artists we have now, they're doing so well. If you connect it to the old order, the times of Ephraim Amus and all the Behos and who played good tunes,
The E.T.
Mensens, you could see rhythm. You saw rhythm evolve into youthful influence, and every generation has a youthful encounter that tells of its era, and when it's gone past, it walks into them as the old order. Now, one of the influences that crossed my path, and I must be very, very, very honest with you, is Bisa Simon's style of play. You know, he takes that's correct. Such a thing falls in with you. Now, what kind of style will you adapt with it? I'm just walking off course a little bit, but coming back, you are influenced by all these great guys, and that impact you carry along with you. You factor some of their styles into your style, and then you impact your public. For example, when I was working in Explainer DC, I was in charge of marketing. I was directing marketing at the time, and I had adapted a social responsibility role to go into schools to introduce computers to the children and all that. Today, some of them are medical officers and stuff like that. So I would go to the school with a guitar to talk about the importance of computers and what it does and stuff like that. And they sometimes invite them to the office to sit with us. So when the staff are working, because I was in charge more of marketing and I had the influence, so I would bring them in. So they would sit and be working with the computer whilst we were busy doing our business and everything. That days I would visit the school. So after we finished with the computer, I'll summarize the whole lesson into the music and then let them sing along as well. And it brought a very, very good cooperation between the school, the Osu Home School, and Explainer DC at Laboni at the time.
Okay.
You see the point. So that started growing up. Some of them are even working with Ghana Immigration Service. I mean, I saw some of them when I was playing at the airport. They walked to me and said, "Oh, Mr. Ken, hey, how's it?" Things like that. So the impact it has is that it encourages people. It heals people indirectly, and it positions their expectations in a certain order. Because if you are positioned to know that this thing would help me to grow, or I have encountered this with this particular person, you look up to the person and believe that your lifestyle should be like that. So it has really, honestly, it has really moved. There are a lot of people who say, "Ken, we have a DJ, we have an MC already," and stuff like that. "Oh no, I MC myself and I do." They say, no. We just want you to come and sing. Just welcome one or two people and go and leave. That's about it. Somebody says, "Oh, Ken, you cannot come for my show." Okay. Send me a nice song. Or my wife is not very well, she's not well, and I need to make her happy. So please compose a song. So they'll pay for the studio, do everything. I'll move to the person's house with the music, with a song, and then go with a bouquet of flowers and present it and everything.
Romantic person.
By the time you get home, I can tell you that your love is rejuvenated. I mean, like Odonaba.
It's very needed. Now that you brought my mind to something, the old order of music and the new order of music.
Yeah.
What tends to be what we call music now.
Yeah.
Some old folks, like my mother, would say it is not music.
Yeah.
Because of what she was exposed to back in the time and what she has listened to. But contemporary, we are feeling this is what the new order is. This is what music is. In your space, in what you do, with the exception of people who probably are in a balance of what the old and new is, and know what you do and your kinds also do so far as music impact is concerned. Do you think that there's the embrace in modern day musicians with you? Do they resonate that people like Master Kabu are also into music and then they are musicians?
Oh yeah. They respect you. They respect you for what you do. Maybe I may not go on stage jumping and doing whatever I have to do, but you see, you need to, like I said earlier on, you need to position what you do. What do you do? After the musicians have played, what else? Who entertains the musician?
True.
Who entertains the musician? It's more like asking who investigates the investigator. You see the point? I have positioned myself as the musician's musician. When you have finished playing your music and you are tired and you want to relax as a musician, come. I will assist you to appreciate what you have done, because you need to be appreciated as a musician. So if I do not throw my respect to the already accomplished musician, I will not go into competition with any musician. I don't want it, because I'm not even fit for it. Okay, because you see, you should be able as a musician to play all sorts of music. You should be able to play reggae, you should be able to play that, but you need to specialize. So I have adopted the freestyle. I'm a freestyle musician. If you ask me to go and pick up an Azonto tune or whatever, I just go, here we are, bada, bada, volley. You know, so it means you can do it, isn't it?
True.
Yeah, but are you supposed to do it when the musicians have done it already? So you need to sit back, reflectively appreciate what they have done. If you want to go to reggae and you just switch on to reggae and then you go, here we go. Would you like to see the sunshine on Friday night? Would you like to see the sunshine? Tell me something you would need. Tell you this. Oh, this is the story of Pepsival on break. Oh yeah, don't you take a break on AM show. Oh yeah, alright. So you know, so you get it. So you should be able to pick up on every, but with your freestyle, you should flow into every other. So when everybody is being entertained and everything, there comes a moment when you want to reflect, even at the party grounds, to appreciate a number of personalities or dignitaries who are sitting there.
Okay.
Who does that?
Wow.
You take
So
it,
you
you look into their
bit.
you look into their profile and everything. Maybe the song, the music is playing on. Music is playing on, and you are coming in as an MC. So what are you going to do? Now, it is time, dinner is served, the meal is ready. You know, table number 1, table number 2. Take the lead, we can create some space tonight. So you announce it while the rhythm is playing on, so you don't disrupt the music being played, or you don't break it, make an announcement. So there are times that you say, oh, lower it a bit while the music is playing and everything. But if you flow in with them and announce, it also adds value to that moment, you know. So that's how I see it. And
Wonderful. Wonderful. We have just two last things for you. The time is up.
Yeah.
Monday is World Albinism Day awareness.
That's right.
Then we have an interview with them, and my producer wanted to see if you have any words of encouragement to persons identify with albinism.
Okay, so for me, I'll do something rather mild. Let's make it a bit sweet this morning.
Okay.
Albinism is not a crime.
True.
Albinism is not a crime.
True.
If you understand the scientific connotation, it's a matter of pigmentation gone down low. Would you like to understand? It's not a crime. Would you like to understand? It's a condition which we must understand. We shouldn't add cultural negativity. Understanding is what we need. Albinism is not a crime. It's a condition we must understand.
Wonderful. Albinism is not a crime; it's a condition.
Yeah.
If you understand the scientific connotation
of
you understand that
pigmentation,
it is just a skin pigmentation.
Right.
Wonderful, like spot on. Very fine. Thank you, there. Let's have your contact numbers. Maybe somebody's watching who want to engage
So now
you.
I would like to, if I'm permitted to sing it.
Yes, sing it out.
On the AM show, switch on your mobile phones. 0244380107 is my number. One more time. 0244380107 is my number. You may call me anytime. 0244380107 is my number. Call me anytime.
All right.
Would you like to write a song for your spouse? Bring a surprise to his doorsteps. You may call me anytime. We can have a discussion. Hey, 0244380107 107 is my number. Call me anytime. Oh yeah. If you miss the number, call Pepsival.
True.
The AM show.
Respect. So the number is 0244 380 107. 0244 380 107, and then you are good to go there.
I'm grateful.
Thanks for your time.
I'm grateful.
But you've revived it this morning.
I'm grateful.
And then I'm not a birthday person.
That's right.
But let me tell the ladies, if you want to get into my heart, so at my wedding, I'll wed you. My next birthday, what you have to just call Mr. Kabu. Let him come to Adwa here. By the time I come to work now, then he will play. Okay. Simple. You are my heart. You don't know the tricks, man. This is music. I've told you my secret. Like, yeah, it is music. So my next birthday, let's Mr. Kabu come and do something for me. No party, nothing, but just the music alone, it's fine. I'll let you go and sing my favorite reggae tune, and then we sign out. It is Rob, is it Nestor Mali? Emancipation. Oh pirate, yes, say rabbi.
Old pirate, yes, they're a buy. Sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took Kayaman from the bottomless pit. But my hand was made strong by the hands of the Almighty. We forward in this generation.
All right,
Triumphantly. Won't you help to sing another song of freedom? Another song of liberty.
Yeah.
Another song of
All right.
freedom.
There you go.
Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind.
All right.
We have no fear for atomic energy.
No fears, I tell you.
Cause none of them can stop the time.
Here I.
How long shall they kill our prophets? Whilst we stand aside and look.
Respect, aye.
Some say it's just a part of it.
All right.
Fill the book.
Fire.
Won't you help to sing?
Respect, come on.
Freedom. Jump into the very end.
Yeah.
Another song of freedom.
Yeah. Let's go, say. Come on. Right.
Oh yeah. Another song of freedom. Would you like to take a dance on the rhythm?
Respect.
Music all the time.
Thank you, Mr. Kabu, for your time. God bless you. And then definitely I'll see you again. I'm sure probably the producer needs to inculcate, and maybe we do this one maybe quarterly, and then once in the quarter we have it, then maybe we bubble up a bit so far as the pressure. The pressure is too much anyways.
But it will ease out with the therapy, a musical therapy.
It will. So you're going to sign off with your own thing, and then we'll say goodbye to you. So we sign off with you.
Right.
This is your day, this could be your time. This would be the day to think about and feel okay. Feel relaxed, do your best. Don't pressurize yourself. Feel relaxed, don't pressurize yourself. Take life on an easy note. Some would hate you, pretend to love you now. But in your mind you need to give your very best. Oh, go out there, give the best of yourself. Don't you never give up, don't you never give up, don't you never ever give up. Life is not promised, Life is not promised, so that is right. Life is not promised. Oh yeah. Move on. Move on. Move on.